Hello, good day. So for this part of the series, I'll be working on the update, post functionality, and some of the delete functionality as well. So to demonstrate that functionality, we might have touched on it before. So I can run my Python application. So let's see what we got in here. I don't know. Nope, don't have that. How about nope. Try this again. And read post. Try last name. Oh, it gives us a cursor object. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to input some posts in here, so that won't be too difficult. So we'll create a post, create a couple of them because we're going to be dealing with multiple posts. And as I talked about a little bit last time I was using the find one function with in PyMongo to find just one instance where the requested key value pair was found in the MongoDB. This time we're going to actually open that up and we're going to find all of them. And what is returned after a find execution request is a cursor object. And so the cursor object is the starting point of where they are, and you have to iterate over each object that satisfies the search criteria. So it's actually not too terribly difficult, just another layer of abstraction, if you will, another layer of functionality that we have to deal with. So we'll create a post here, and new post. This is a new post, and we'll do another one. I'll do the same thing so that we can demonstrate that functionality. Post. This is another post. So now whenever we go into read post, it will return, we'll do my first name, search by first name. So yeah, now I've implemented this feature where I notify the user that more than one post with the specified criteria has been found. So yeah, let's view the posts. And we can view them all together like that. So there they are, and you notice the IDs are there too. So I think I can demonstrate the delete functionality. I was looking at the code earlier, and I believe this is fully functional. So let's do this one. So this works too. So no, let's not delete that post. Oh, this is just using the find one. That's where I stopped on that day last week. So that's kind of the encapsulation of the work that I got done for this part of the module last week. So I've implemented the update functionality with the find operation, and I've updated the delete functionality to use the find one. So I've completely, the delete functionality didn't exist in the last episode. Now I've implemented some delete functionality. So we can exit out of here and hop over. So here's the code that I wrote one day last week. I think it was last Wednesday, but I was working on all this. So I have what we left off with here. So let's start with double checking. Let me see where we're at. We don't have anything for update, so I will start working on update, because last session I talked about that a little bit, but I didn't write anything. So for the sake of time, this is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to copy over the menu that we see here. I can uncomment that, copy my menu over. Let me take a look here. I want to make sure that my screen is recording properly, and looks like we're still recording. Okay, all right. So I want to exit that update there. Okay. All right, back at it here. And I think demonstrated the delete functionality. So yeah, let's dig right in. So for update post, we were updating the menu here. So of course we give it a choice. Do that update choice equals input. And what is it here? Enter a selection. Enter a selection. And I'll need my while loop. While update choice not equal to 4. Do all this stuff in here. If update choice 1, if update choice equals 2, break out a loop. All right, so there's our basic control structure, and now we have to do stuff within each of these blocks. So as we talked in the last video, we're basically just reading. It's the same thing as doing a read. Here in the update. So I'm going to run my author first name, find the post, and print the post. Print all the posts. So this is going to find multiple posts and print them. Post ID equals that. And we'll print that. So we'll stop there for right now. And then I'll get into what update by post ID does. So I'll need to work that out. And so we'll do this here and here. And so this one will be the update by last name, last name, last name. And so this one, still working on the title. This was, what I call this, post title. I do believe this has to go here. Check this over here. Yep, there we go. Post title equal input, enter post title. So I also have to change this here. Enter post title. All right, cool. So I think that should be everything. This is all the same. And this is repeated because we're doing the same thing in each of these blocks. So we're good. So we're good for right there. What I do need to do is I need to update read. So let's dig into that because I did some other modifications to that. Here we go. This is some logic that I worked on in here, and there's a conditional checking for the number of posts, whether or not the number of posts is greater than or equal to 1. Greater than 1, I should say. So if you have more than one post, do this stuff. So if we have more than one post, we're going to display them one by one, or we're just going to display them. Otherwise, we're just going to print them out. So let's work on that. All right. So we've got our author first name. This is where the cursor object comes in, because you can check out the MongoDB documentation, but the find method, when it finds more than one matching query, it returns a cursor, the first that points to the first element of that set that it found. So what I do here is I initialize two lists. You call them arrays in C++ and C and all that, but in Python I believe they're called lists, so I will use list. So these are two lists. Let's fix the cursor stuff. So I go over here. So we're going to change this around a little bit. How did I do this over here? Okay. So instead of just printing them up, I'm going to get rid of that. Go back here, do that. And I'm going to say cursor equals post, not just find one, but find. All right. And so since we're going to be doing this to, let's see, did I do this to all of them at this point? I'm trying to reproduce my logic that I went through here. So I got rid of the find. So I got so far in this coding session on this, I think it was like I said last Wednesday, I only got so far, and I was working on getting this block correct before I continued with the other blocks. And once this block is correct, I remember this the next day, I pulled all this code out and I made it its own function. And that's another nice thing about being modular and scalable. You know, it's just object-oriented design 101. So that's what we're working for here. So let's just keep moving. Selected posts. Set up empty list. Selected IDs. I think that's right. Because at the time, selected post IDs. At the time, I was thinking that because I'm iterating over this list of stuff that we've got returned from MongoDB with this cursor, I want to keep track of the IDs that I found as well, because while I'm doing it, I might as well gain access to these specific posts that I have via the IDs that MongoDB has set up in there. They don't know exactly which ones I have searched for and have been returned to me. So we'll do a nice little for loop here for the post in cursor. We will set view posts, and that is our view post. That is our selection, our choice that the user will input. And view posts, we're going to do view posts. They're called post or posts. View posts equals input your query returned more than one post. Would you like to view the posts? Yep. There we go. So if the post is yes, if view post equals yes, reprint the post. Let's see, I have to access the, yeah, pretty print the post. Do that. Print new line. And I came back and I did that just to add some spacing in there so that it looks nicer on the console, and you can play with that determine a way that looks nice to you and your methods, however you choose to implement that. So if there's nothing else to do, there's nothing else to do, else you just break out of this loop. And that's it. That's the for loop. So you're just iterating through each of the results that you've gotten back from Mongo. Let's see. Oh, and I just added a, so I also want to break out of there just to be sure that I'm clearing out all these loops. So I want to print another line, and for post ID in. Oh yeah, I have to do the assignments to these as well. Oh, I missed a step, but that's okay. That's all right, because I just jumped right in here. That's all right. I talked about it, but I did not implement it over here. So let me finish this right here. For ID and selected post IDs, right? For ID and selected. There we go. Just print post ID. There we go. Okay. What did I forget? I forgot something. I forgot something very important, because as it is, this does nothing. Because I jumped around and I messed up I skipped a few lines. So for post in cursor, this was incorrect. What needs to happen is I need to append, I believe, the post. Yep. So I'm going to append the post to the list. So otherwise I just have an empty list and I'm just printing nothing. And selected post IDs dot append, and there's a way to access the post ID. How did we do that? How did I do that over here? There we go. So this is how you access an element in Python. You're accessing a JSON. This is important. We're accessing the value of a JSON entity, JavaScript Object Notation, JSON, which is an element in MongoDB. So this is important. This is how you do it. Because as we can see from over here, whenever we get our element back here, it has this nice little ID here. So that is how you actually access it. You use the square brackets, not the curly brackets. Curly brackets do other stuff. So I need to do this, and I do a quote underscore ID. There we go. So that will append the ID of the post to our list. So now let's see. This is the logic that I execute if length of selected posts is greater than 1. Then we're going to ask if we want to do all that view post stuff. And that is getting closer, I think. Did I forget anything? I guess I knew I need to print a new line. Did I print that new line? I just printed the line. I'll print that. I'll go with what I've got. So there we go. No, I'm missing something. Something didn't look right. What am I missing? For post and cursor, if that, view posts. What did I miss? Oh, I forgot the while. There we go. So in this line, I have to set up my while loop. While view posts is not equal to posts is not equal to no. I think I've got that right. Double check that. Okay, cool. I did that right. Again, I mean, in Python, I think this is okay. So you can see that the syntax is very forgiving because I've got my parentheses around my logic here. And again, that's just me from my old school C++ days because that's required. And honestly, it kind of helps me to be able to read that a little more clearly. So if I've got these multiple linked and conjoined sets of logical statements, it's kind of nice to be able to just glance at it with the parentheses and see, okay, here's a block, here's a block, here's a block. And then you can evaluate these kind of in your head on the fly instead of having to trace it out, like where is the main, where is this break apart, how do we break this apart? But again, that is my personal preference, and of course maybe you do things differently, which is totally cool. You find a way that works for you, and again, that's what's really nice about the Python syntax, is that it's very forgiving. So here I'm gonna set this equal to no because I want a default of no. I have to zero it out before the while loop. Otherwise, if it if I say no already up here, then that while loop breaks and the while loop automatically exits. So we don't want that. I gotta go over here. I think this needs to go like that to make sure that we preserve our white space. And oh yeah, I've got to else print just those selected posts. So otherwise you're just going to print the only one that's there because there's just one. Print. Let's do pretty print. I think I got that right. Yeah, and then break out of the loop. So we're there. There's that one. All right. So I think that takes care of what I was working on in the read post block. I think that's okay. Did I miss that? Yeah, I need one more thing. I actually need to print them all at once because I was thinking of another part that I did where I printed them individually, but this time in this block I need to actually print them all at once. For post and selected post. So here, for post and selected posts, I'm going to print that, print a new line, just drop that down in there, tab in there, make our thing there. What did I mess up? It doesn't like that. Doesn't like that at all. Where did I mess up? Oh. I do not. Hang on. Oh, about that. Okay, there we go. All right. Control Z is your friend. Cool. Double check it. Oh, something's off. Oh, I guess I don't need this break in here. I didn't Have that in there. Oh, there we go. Okay, I need to go up here, drop that new line in there. There we go. And that should, I believe that should be okay. One more. And I think we're good. Save that. And we're good there. All right, so let's see, where am I here? Okay. Let's take a look at it. And we'll try the read post. Let's see, yeah, I think I deleted one, so I'll need to make another one. I'll do another one real quick. Okay, so now we read, and we'll go by author first name, because that's the only way this will work, actually, because it's in the first name block. Ah, perfect. Hey, look at that. So query return more than one post. Yes, please. And we'll do that. Oh, sweet. I've got 3, so I didn't actually delete that one. So there you go. So it shows all 3 of them. Awesome, right? Yeah, cool stuff, cool stuff. I love it when a plan comes together. So we've got 3 elements there. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right. And you can see the 3 IDs are there, so that actually worked as well. Sweet. All right. All right. That's pretty much all we did for this round, so we'll exit out of here. No, I don't want to drop the database. I want to keep that. And now, let's see. So I did the read post. I think did some of the update stuff. All right. So now there's the update post by ID that we have to look at. Because I worked through all of this within the update post function, and that made the update post function like explode. It was like huge. So I had to take out that chunk and then make it its own function. Let's do I think there is time to take care of this right here. So yeah, let's do this. So I'm going to rip through this explanation real quick, because as you can see, these are nearly identical. All right, so this is just, again, like what we've been doing: the first name, the last name, and the post title and the post body. So these are the, like I said, the update function. So we've just got our menu here, our standard while update post control logic here. Again, update post is set to null before the loop, and then it is set to N for no, because I want to make the default not update it. And then the user just has to change that. So the user actually has to make an active choice to change a post, to update a post. So, yeah. Let's write out, let me see here, did I put that there? Okay, update post. Okay. Let's run through this here. Yeah, I'll do this at the end. Define update post by ID. I think that's what I called it. And do that. So I pass in the post itself and the post ID. Another way to implement it, maybe I'll do that, maybe I'll just do that on the fly. I think I'll stick with what I've got, but another way to implement it, as we saw up here, whenever we did this, whenever we saw this notation, that's all you got to do. So I just decided at the time that I was writing this that I would use post ID and I would pass it in that way, just because I was just doing some other stuff with the post ID, and I thought, well, I'll just run it that way. So we'll need our update post. Let's see, how did I do print that? Okay, update post equals that while post is not equal to s, or update post is not equal to no. Do stuff. If here we got it. Update post input from the user. I set that to gotta set it to null. I have to set it to null. Update post equals no equals input. Update this post. Yes, no default is no. Update this post. Yes or no. Default is new. And we get our update post. If update post equals yes, else I think we have to just break. All right. Oh, wait. Yeah. In this case, I don't know what I was thinking at that time because I did the no first, but okay, so whatever. It works. So if update post is yes, we do all this stuff. So we have our handy dandy input menu and selection. Drop that in there. As you can see, it is slowly getting darker and darker here where I am, so I'm going to try to wrap this up really quickly. Been going at it here for a while, and might save the rest of the delete for the next time and try to cover a couple things there in the next part of the series. Alright, all selection is not equal to 5. Do all this stuff. If, elif. You don't want to break if it is 5. I think we're good there. And I want to make sure that I break out of that loop. I think we're good. I think that's okay. Yeah, this break is not being used, but that's okay. Maybe I don't need it. All right. So as we've seen before, here's our input. Oh, selection equals 1. Make all those work. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to drop this in here. So I'll drop 1 in, and we'll go through it, and then we'll know how this works. All right. So again, this is pretty straightforward because building on what we've done before. So author first name, enter new author first name, all right? Because we're updating it, we're changing it. So here is where the magic happens. So so since we have the ID, the post ID, we know which one we want to change. We've decided that already. And so we passed it in with the post ID. That comes down here. That's how we find it. So the update one function for PyMongo takes the ID and post ID. So that's how it finds it. And then it says, okay, we're going to do a set operation. We're going to set the author first name to author first name. That's it. So now this here, the rest of this is just verification, because what I do as just part of my practice, just what I'm doing, I've updated it, and now I'm actually going to find it by that first name. So I'm going to find them again, and then I'll know whenever I bring that back that the new author first name has been changed. So you can also do it by ID. Probably, now that I think about it, I should probably do it by ID, because that's the most unique identifier, and then you can check the name. That's probably the better way to do it. Now that I think about this, going back through it, that's something I'll have to make a note of. As a matter of fact, why not? I can do, so we can do this, then we'll check this, see if this works, and then we'll peace out. So hopefully that'll be what we need here. So what I'm going to do is comment those out, so that now there are no interpretation errors. So then we're going to save it. So here we go. So let's update a post, number 3. We'll update by author first name. Search for that. Oh, it doesn't like that. Doesn't like that at all. Let's see. What index R cannot be applied to cursor? 94, 172, 994. Get some real-time debugging here. 94. What did I do? What did I mess up? Doesn't like that. So what did I forget? What did I forget? Cannot be applied to cursor index. Oh, okay. Because there might be only one of them. That doesn't make any sense. Update choice. Oh, this is something different too. Oh. Hold up. Your author first name. So what did I have this over here? Oh no, I wonder why this doesn't, why doesn't this like me? So let's try it over here. Maybe if it breaks over here, then I'm okay. So if I do this. Oh, okay, I'm saying it breaks over here. You know, that's a good place to stop. I'm going to leave it there for right now. I might do this over and make sure that I explain things as well as I possibly can. I might just pick it up here next time, but I'm going to peace out and thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.